Is it a good time to buy? Well, I think so, and as a matter of fact, I just did. Now, disclaimer, I am shooting this in mid-September of 2025, so the rates that I give today may not be the rates when you watch this, but let's go through it. Interest rates are now in the 5% range, and that is something that buyers and sellers have eagerly been awaiting. Now, FHA, VA, and USDA are in the upper 5%, but when you're looking at a 15-year rate, you're in the mid 5% range. These rates change what's possible, so if you've been sitting on the sidelines, you might want to think twice. I'm Tanya Kerr with T. Kerr Property Group and the Russ Phillips team, and yeah, I just bought my own house. I'm not a real estate observer. I am in real estate all day, every day, both as a homeowner and investor. So in today's video, let's break down the rates, what the rates look like right now. FHA and USDA are all in the upper 5% range. 15-year fixed is in the mid 5% range. Texas vet rate with disability is hovering in the lower 5% range. And some conventional lenders are hovering around that 6.3% range. Now, of course, many factors go into the rate that you receive, so talk with a reputable local lender, and if you don't have one, reach out because we certainly do. Now, according to Forbes, the average Texas rate for a conventional loan and a 30-year fixed rate is hovering right around that 6.24, 6.25%. While Forbes is saying that the 15-year rate is hovering around the 5.25 to 5.5% rate. And of course, the great news is mortgage applications are up because people are seeing the writing on the wall and that there's a little relief in interest rates. So should you buy right now? Well, it always depends on your unique scenario, but the cost of waiting could mean that you pay more for a home later. When rates come down, more buyers get into the market, and when that happens, inventory goes down and generally prices go up. Now, in our local market, do I expect that to happen quickly? No, I don't. But it is a great time to secure the right investment. Now, here's something that I don't think enough people are talking about. When you take out a loan, there is a one-way negotiation, meaning you can decide when to negotiate it and make sure that it's more favorable for you. So if you do take out a loan right now and rates go down, guess what? You get to decide when you renegotiate that rate by refinancing. Now, that's definitely a position of power. When the Fed signals changes, the rates can move up or down pretty rapidly, and we've seen this before. Now, something you don't want as a buyer is shrinking negotiation power. When rates are higher, the market is a bit more unstable and there's less buyers buying, which means that sellers are more likely to negotiate during that period of time. If rates come down, they may hold more firm on their stance of pricing. Now, renting versus buying. Of course, a lot of real estate professionals may tell you that you should always buy. And we don't believe that to be true. We believe that you should do what's right for your scenario. Now, that being said, we would love to see you building your equity and your wealth when it's the right time. So when is it not the right time to purchase? Now, if you don't have enough money saved up for a down payment or closing costs or reserves, then it may not be the right time. But please do keep in mind that there are down payment assistance programs, and then also oftentimes you can negotiate closing costs in when you're making an offer. So there is some flexibility in there, but talk to your local real estate agent about that. Now, if your credit isn't in great shape, rates and qualifying terms could be worse. So it is important that if you need a little bit of credit assistance, you work on building that before purchasing. That being said, a great lender is going to help you figure out how to get there. So again, reach out, we'll give you a contact. All too often in robust markets, you see people use their homes like ATM machines. And that's not something you want to do because if the market shifts, you could be left underwater. So if you plan to stay a short time, it might not be worth the costs and the risk of making that investment. But of course, that depends on what you want to do with the property next. Perhaps you want to hold it as an investment. Now, of course, you have to take home prices into account, especially if you think they're going up or down. And of course, that's always speculative. We never know exactly what the market's going to do, but we can always make predictions. Now, if you are considering purchasing, let's talk about some practical tips and advice. First things first, you must get pre-approved so you know what you're working with. There are some amazing programs out there, whether they're down payment assistant loans, first-time home buyer loans, some great competitive conventional loans, and FHA, VA, and USDA loans offer some opportunity for those who qualify for those loans. While a seller cannot help you with your down payment, they certainly can help you with closing costs, and that is a negotiation opportunity. Calculate what your closing costs will be, and you can negotiate those into the contract so that the seller can help contribute towards those. Most importantly, get pre-approved. Do not start shopping for homes before you understand your buying power and the financial scenarios. Nothing is worse than seeing someone fall in love with a home that they are not qualified for or could put them in a financial position that does not suit them. So is it a great time to buy in Central Texas? Well, I think so, which is why I did. You always need to be looking for the right deal at the right time with the right terms. It's always the right time to buy the right piece of real estate. So if you're wondering if it's the right time for you to purchase or sell, reach out. We would be happy to talk to you and help you evaluate whether the timing is right for you and determine next steps even if it's not the right time. If you want help evaluating whether it's the right time for you to purchase, just reach out. We offer free consultations where we can talk to you about budget, pricing, timing, and all sorts of factors that go into making the right decision. At T. Kerr Property Group and the Russ Phillips team, we are committed to making sure that you are making the right decision for you.